Commercial property in Brighton, tourism and creative industries. Right, let's talk Brighton. Not just fish and chips and a cheeky weekend getaway. Brighton's commercial property scene is seriously buzzing, especially when it comes to tourism and the creative industries. You'd be surprised how much is going on behind those quirky pastel shop fronts. So, why Brighton? Well, let's start with this. Over 11 million tourists hit Brighton every year. That's a lot of people looking for something to eat, somewhere to sleep, somewhere to buy that overpriced I Heart Brighton mug. And where do all those businesses set up shop? Commercial property, of course. A few months ago, I had a local cafe chain owner come to me looking to expand. We need a spot with footfall, vibes, and ideally not 10K a month in rent. He said, don't we all? We found a unit on Sydney Street. A bit rough around the edges, but it had soul. Within weeks, it was up and running, full of tourists snapping latte pics under a neon sign. That's Brighton. But here's the twist. It's not just tourism. Brighton is like this creative cauldron bubbling away with designers, filmmakers, indie publishers, tech startups. Ever heard of the Silicon Beach? Yeah, that's Brighton's nickname now. From funky co-working spaces to converted churches now full of NFT startups. Seriously, demand is rising fast for flexible, character-filled commercial spaces. And let's not forget the Brighton Fringe, the Great Escape Festival, or Pride. Every single one pulls in thousands of creatives, event organizers, pop-up vendors. They all need space. Even short-term leases are gold dust around those times. If you've got property to let for 3 months in June, you're laughing. Here's something funny. I had a letting on a small, 500 square foot ex-tailor's shop near St. James's Street. Was empty for months. Then, bam, a circus arts company turned it into a mini rehearsal space for aerial acts. I'm talking silks, hoops, the lot. I popped by one day and nearly got kicked in the head by a swinging acrobat. Brighton, eh? But what's actually happening with the numbers? Okay, so commercial rents have gone up, especially for prime locations. You're looking at £35 to £50 per square feet for high street zones. North Lane, the Lanes, and bits of Western Road? Competitive as hell. But here's the juicy bit. Demand is shifting. Traditional office space is slowing. Everyone's still WFH-ish. But creative studios, wellness hubs, hybrid shops offices, hot stuff. A quick trend spot. Micro-retail units in shared spaces. Think pop-ups within pop-ups. Hybrid work-life studios. Designers want a workbench, sofa, and a coffee machine, not a glass box. Event-based leasing. Property owners doing 2-week leases around Pride or Fringe. Old pubs turned into podcasting hubs. Yes, really. One's in Kent Town. Also, if you're sitting on underutilized commercial property, now might be the perfect time to revamp and relist. Creative industries love authenticity. Exposed brick, creaky floors, weird windows. You'll probably get more offers than a polished grey box. Honestly, I've seen more innovation in Brighton's small commercial sector than I've seen in some entire boroughs of London. And buyers and tenants, they're not just looking for square footage. They're looking for story, vibe, and adaptability. So yeah, Brighton's not just your grand seaside holiday. It's a full-blown, ever-evolving ecosystem. If you've got your eyes on the city, and you've got the vision to match its energy, the opportunities are massive. Just maybe don't stand under any aerial hoops during viewings.